This is TrueGrit.
Welcome back, guys, to the Archery series. That's episode number 5. We're going to finalize our Pro Bow Shop. If you have followed this series from the beginning, you should already have at this moment your bow press, your draw board, your bow vise, and your paper tuning jig. In this episode, we're gonna see what's indispensable to finalize the bow shop, just to start on the right foot with your bow work. We're gonna check out some other useful tools that you don't need to buy right away and you can wait as you progress with your experience. And then we're also gonna see some tools that are totally non-indispensable and you shouldn't buy, or at least you should weigh and decide later on if you really need them. All the tools listed as indispensable are going to be linked in the description. I'm going to link only tools that I've personally bought and used and I'm sure they work. And once again, take this suggestion. Only buy what's listed as indispensable. Don't waste your money. Then, when you get your experience and you go on with more difficult projects, you're gonna buy other tools. We're gonna discuss everything through the other videos. Everything that you need for every project, even the most advanced, is gonna be listed and linked. But don't buy anything at the moment. It's too early. Only buy what's indispensable to have a decent bow shop, and you'll see that that's gonna be enough to do basically all the bow work that we'll have to do. The first and most indispensable tool that you need to have in your bow shop and that nobody ever talks about is the bow manual. Doesn't cost anything. Check the bow model you're working on, go on the manufacturer website and just download the bow manual. Inside the bow manual, check the page with the spec sheets of the bow and save it on your phone or print it and have it available while you're working on the bow. Also, on the bow, take a picture of the serial number tag where you can find a lot of useful information like the draw weight range of the bow, the specific draw length, the exact size of the string, bus cable and control cable. All useful information that you need while you're working on a bow. Remember that a true bow technician is able to work on a bow from scratch. In any condition the bow is brought to him. Broken cams, models to be changed, blew up strings, any kind of damage. You should be able to work on any bow in any condition, and to do so you need to be able to reset them to factory specs and then retune it from beginning to end. There are plenty of videos out there, very well done, on how to change strings, reinstall the D-loop, reinstall the pip sight, check and mark all the specifics that the bow already had when came in, but that's not what we're doing here. Here we want to work on a bow from scratch. We want to work on a bow that has got no settings, is completely messed up. We want to start from factory specs and completely tune it beginning to end to the specifics of the person that is going to use it. Once you're able to do that, you're going to be able to face any situation. And tuning is going to lead us to the next indispensable tool, which is going to cost us zero money and you need to have in a bow shop, which is a reference table on how twisting and untwisting cable and strings is going to affect cam rotation, draw length, draw weight, axle to axle distance and brace height. Once again, plenty of videos out there on how to mark the cams when you change the strings, to set the back on the right timing and the right position when you go back with the new strings. All good and very useful tutorials, very well done, and I'm not saying that you should restart setting the bow from scratch every time you change the strings or the cables, but here we're doing something different. Here we're doing it the hard way. So we're gonna start from scratch, and that's what an actual bow technician should be able to do. And whatever anybody can say around, I can assure you that when you're tuning a bow, which is a very complex and long procedure, you're gonna need some reference that is gonna bring you back to the basics. If I'm twisting this cable, what's gonna happen to my cams? If I'm twisting the strings, what's gonna happen to my draw length? And when you're trying to fix tuning problems and you're trying different solutions, you're gonna lose track. And you need a reference available, ready available on your bow shop. So I'm gonna link this table in the description. Take this suggestion as well, print it and have it available in your bow shop. Let's go ahead a little faster and let's go to the first set of tools that you're gonna need in your bow shop, which is a set of levels. Absolutely indispensable. I'm gonna link two kind of levels in the description. Both are perfectly efficient, very inexpensive, $10–15. You don't need anything fancy. We're gonna see in the next videos how to use them. Next, we're gonna need some service thread, some D-loop rope, round nose pliers, and a cigarette lighter. I linked in the description a decent quality serving thread and D-loop rope. That's more than enough to start working. Lastly, I think it's very useful to have a fletching jig, some fletchings, and some fletching glue. It's gonna happen that you lose fletches, and it's good if you're able to refletch your arrows. I linked in the description the boning fletching jig and the boning fletching glue. Those are fairly inexpensive and they're guaranteed to work. Of course, you can find way more expensive fletching jigs that are very effective as well, but if you go look for something cheaper, I can tell you there is a lot of fletching jigs around that don't work and you're gonna waste your money. Now, as for the useful tools, you'll need an arrow saw, an arrow scale, and an arrow squaring tool. Don't buy just yet. I wanna link good tools when we'll get to the arrow making, which is not for this moment. It's another very complicated step, choosing arrows, the right grain, the right stiffness, cutting them at the right size, and then choosing the right tips and the right broadheads. We'll get to it, just wait, don't buy anything. As for the non-indispensable tools, meaning something that you shouldn't buy, there is a lot of tools around that are totally non-indispensable and sometimes totally useless. As a general suggestion, don't buy super professional tools like arrow center shots and arrow spine tester, which you're never gonna use and you actually don't need. And on the other hand, don't buy super cheap tools like those archery tool sets that have a lot of tools, none of them of good quality. Just buy what you need when you need it. Single piece, you're gonna save money and avoid a lot of trouble. Thank you guys for watching, and if you're liking these videos, please help out the channel with a like and subscribing.